And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Port. I am your host, Brian Barnaby. I'm joined by Tony. We have our super producer, Mike, and we have Gino via FaceTime.
What up, guys?
How's everyone doing?
Great, dude.
And then
Gino.
And then Grasso is going to come in a little bit to talk some NBA. We're also going to go over some MLB and some various other sports topics. But first, we have some recent shocking news out of California where Tiger Woods, I guess this morning, was in a single car crash. They said about 7:20 local time. And the LA Times is reporting there was a high rate of speed involved. His agent actually tweeted out and said he's currently in surgery, multiple leg injuries. I mean, just a very shocking thing. A lot of questions to be answered. What's your guys, just instant reaction to this?
I mean, it's tragic. The guy's been through so much, and I don't know. Dude, like seeing what he's gone through, we've seen him, he doesn't look great. He's trying to bounce back, and he just has an unfortunate event like this happen. It could potentially end his career. If he's hurt that bad.
Yeah, I mean, he's had all these back surgeries. He still had a ways to go in his recovery and multiple leg injuries. I mean, you would think that would set you back a while. They said jaws of life involved. I mean, just terrible, terrible news. And it seemed like just the other day we saw him with his son out on that father-son tournament. Terrible. What were your takeaways on this, Gino?
Obviously, it's like you said, it's a tragic event to happen. Tiger, obviously, we know he's been dealing with stuff. Recently, he said that he may not be participating in the Masters because of some injuries he was already dealing with. It says that it was multiple leg injuries. Now, is this the end of Tiger's golf career? We don't know how serious these injuries are, but if they're serious enough, it's hard to see how he recovers and go back to play golf. It's a tough situation for one of the greatest of all time, if not the greatest of all time. We'll keep you updated as it develops. But the images don't look great.
No, those images swirling around. I mean, those haven't been confirmed yet, so we don't know if those are the actual images or not. And it's just really a shame. And, besides from the fact that everybody was looking forward to his return, the important thing here is that he's going to be okay. He's going to have good quality of life. And then golf is secondary.
Right.
And obviously, too, I hope nothing else is involved. I hope it was just a speeding thing and not any of the other issues, he's had in the past before. And prayers go out to him. So, we just got to hope for the best.
Absolutely. And also, before we move on, after CBS affiliate was speaking a few days ago, the injuries aren't life-threatening. Which is great news. So obviously a huge step. You see those images. It looks like he really dodged a bullet there.
Yeah. No, I mean, he's definitely fortunate. Like we said, if those are the real images. So we'll see what else comes out on that. So we're gonna start in the MLB today, and we had some big news come out yesterday after the show. Albert Pujols is going to retire at the end of this year. He has one more year left on that 10-year deal. He signed with the Angels, and what a player, what a career he's had. And especially what stands out is his career with the Cardinals. I mean, he was probably the toughest out in the whole league from that period of time. His first 10 seasons, 330 homers, 100 RBIs. I mean, I don't think anybody will ever do that again.
No, I don't think so. I mean, there's a reason why he was, three-time NL MVP, right?
I believe so, yeah.
He was an amazing player. I mean, he was the Cardinals for 11 seasons, right? I mean, he was their player, man. He was awesome.
Yeah, and and it was just a shame. He goes to the Angels, and I thought American League DH. I thought that would be very good for him, and he had a couple years that were okay. I think he might have only made the All-Star team one time after making it every year with the Cardinals, or missing it one year. So it was disappointing to see that kind of unravel. He, obviously he's hit some milestones. I think now he's sitting on 662 home runs. He's gone over the 2K RBI mark, which are great statistics. And, last year I think he hit in the 220s. So it's just sad to see him, hobbling around. Gino, when you think of Pujols, I mean, what comes to mind with him?
Obviously, the St. Louis years, his dominance in that. It's a shame. He kind of falls under the list of poor contracts by the Angels. Because, like you said, after he left the All-Star team once after that, but he is one of the greatest first basemen of our generation. And he was a lot of fun to watch in his prime. He led the league in a lot of categories. Just looking at his reference page. He is
a lot of bold print.
Yeah, exactly. So he is in my mind, and I think a lot of people are first baseman. We've seen, probably in our time on Earth.
And I don't know about you guys, but at one point, I mean, I thought it was a foregone conclusion that he would break the home run record. Before going to the Angels.
Right. Yeah, and then he kind of slowed down a little bit, but.
But hey, I mean, at the end of the day,
happens,
dude. Those numbers are there, and he's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Absolutely. So, I mean, 20 years in the league, man. It's Jesus, dude.
Tough to do these days. So, congrats to him on a great career, and I hope the Angels are due, to have a better year. You would hope, to get Rendon, this year.
Yeah, dude.
We'll preview the AL West, in one of our future shows. So I would like to see them do better, but, we'll see what happens there. We had a couple small late additions to the local teams. We'll start with the Mets. They picked up
Hey, we're back.
Gino, in case you didn't realize, the stream went down for a little bit, dude.
All right, cool. Yeah, I did not hear anything for a significant amount of time.
Good.
Yeah. You know what? That's all right.
Yeah,
we're
it's all
back.
right.
I think we're better than no. It's not. It's the Wi-Fi, and sometimes you can't control things, Tony. Sometimes there's circumstances in life that you can't control, bud, and that was one of them. Okay,
Are you done over there, dude?
You understand? Omens, baby.
All right, so I don't know where I was cut off, but Walker, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so Syndergaard's not going to miss the start of the season. So is Lugo. So he's a great addition to our rotation. I love it, dude.
Yeah, I mean, it stands out to me as a high upside move. You didn't have to commit too much money, and he was highly touted.
Yeah,
I think he started with the Mariners, and then he went to Arizona.
They went to Toronto, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Toronto. Yeah.
So I think this might be his fourth team.
And it's like, we were sitting pretty with our pitchers, and all of a sudden, boom, two of them are going to miss the start of the season. So having this fallback, it's perfect.
Late in the offseason.
Exactly,
I think that's great. Gino, what did you think about Walker, coming aboard?
I mean, for the Mets, it's great. I think that he was. I looked at the Yankees. I think as well. So obviously, if he was a Yankee, I would have liked him too because it's a 2 situation. But bolsters that Mets rotation, and I think it's a better situation than signing Bauer for $40 million because you're going to get a quality pitcher and not pay an obscene amount of money.
Yeah, and I think the teams that it's not usually the teams that spend the most money in free agency. It's the teams that hit on those bargain signings.
Right.
So, the Mets obviously hope that he's one of those guys. And then, across the way over was really surprised about this. The Yankees decide to bring Brett Gardner back for another season. And I've never heard of this term before, but I guess there's a split option even for the following season, which kind of surprised me. And, Gardy's a guy, I think his locker room presence, is outstanding. He's known as a leader on the team. I just think, they have a lot of younger outfielders. So I just hope this doesn't block them. But obviously, like I said, the mentorship, I think that's the biggest advantage here. I think as an everyday player, he's not able to do that. He's a guy, you're going to give him a start or two a week. And Hicks, the way he's been, Gardy might have to play center field full.
Honestly, I love the man's dugout presence, just slamming the top of the dugout with his bat all the time. It's hilarious, bro. The guy's totally entertaining. I love it.
But and they've said Frazier has the left field job, so he's definitely going to be a backup. What was your reaction on this, Gino?
I don't know. It's very. I don't know. It's very average. We didn't really need him back. We didn't really say, but it's good for the locker room. And I love Gardy, so it's give him one more year for the price they gave him. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, no, and you hope, he can offer something. I think he had some big hits in the playoffs, which came as a surprise because typically he's struggled in the postseason a little bit. And then, just some other offseason topics here. Next offseason, we have, the upcoming CBA expiring. There's been a lot of controversy with this, and I guess reports have come out that Mike Trout is actually talking to the president of the Players Association, Tony Clark, on a daily basis. They really want to avoid a lockout here, but there's just a lot of things that there's questions about as far as, expanding the playoffs permanently, having a universal DH, any other rule changes, staying with that 3-batter minimum. What are your guys' thoughts just going forward? You think there's going to be a lot of changes, and you think that we might be looking at a lockout situation?
I think they're going to continue to test things out, especially given, thanks, Mike. I think they're going to continue to test things out, especially given the whole COVID thing with shortened seasons, changing of schedules and stuff like that. But I think the players are getting really pissed off, and with the whole extended playoffs thing, the last agreement they through the PA was extended playoffs, but it almost gave nothing to the players for having those extended playoffs. And I think the owners here are undoubtedly losing a lot of money, so that they're trying to make up money where they can. And obviously the players feel like they should be paid more if there's longer playoffs or whatever. So, which makes sense. And, I think maybe the owners are getting a little greedy at this point, because they should just kind of take the L for now, dude. Just for the sake of playing baseball, But yeah,